a tunnel, not a cave. You gotta keep walking and believe that someday you will see this better of a life. It's a tunnel, not a cave. You gotta keep walking and believe that someday you will see.
Welcome to She Matters on the Roundtable, and today on the show we're starting up with one of the stories that's shaking Nigeria, and it has to do with top Nigerian blogger Linda Ikeji. She's expecting her first child. We're so happy for her, but hey, there were more questions than the answers we're getting from her Instagram page. Ladies, Linda Ikeji, she's like our own who knows Mo Scott? Mo Scott Young. Mo Scott, she's the producer and the person who started the Love and Hip Hop franchise in American Hollywood. Yeah, so I see Linda Ikeji being that woman, because that's actually it, with women doing reality shows and different things, having spin-off and all of that. That's what Linda is doing with her TV, the whole Linda Ikeji TV and stuff. And she's a woman in the media you have to recognize, and she deserves all the accolades. But she's also an advocate for celibacy. And she's expecting her first child without saying I do yet publicly. We've not seen it. Like, we've not seen any, serious marital engagement or marital activity for us to say, okay, just, she's married already and the baby's coming. But now we see her pregnant, and of course, there was this rumor about her being engaged and stuff like that, which she never addressed. Our sisters had the news out there, but she never addressed it. Did she mention? Has she mentioned anything about? Does she? Technique for them, so they do that. But this is what is worrisome, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, is the fact that you get to find some reputable people endorsing the whole "you pregnant without married" thing. Do you understand? Like, when she posted it, when her younger sister posted it, like, you get a lot of celebrities saying, congratulations to her, she can do it all, blah, blah, blah. And then when she finally posted it on her own page, you get lots of that. And then I'm like, where's the whole moral of, I'm not, now this is how crazy it is. Personally, I'm not judging her. You understand? I can understand if you want to have your baby without, I really don't have a problem with that. My issue is, why are these reputable people endorsing this act? What is bad is still bad. You could pick up your phone, call her up and say, hey, congratulations. But it's more like you're going to tell young girls, it's just okay to have,
Just try having millions or billions in your account and you see whether people endorse whatever you do or not.
So I can even go ahead and marry another woman, and then they'll be like, she has money.
But that's actually what's happening in the world. All these things like the gay stuff, people who actually have the money and the fame and the publicity, or the popularity, are the ones pushing these things forward. And then every other person is like, oh, if this person can do it, if this person doesn't, that's okay. And I think that's where you're coming from. The fear that many other ladies in the country or around you, like, okay,
because she's a role model.
Then I want to do exactly what she's doing, and now she has gotten pregnant, no husband, then I can do it too. I feel that's the problem we have now in this generation. In every area, not just having a child out of wedlock or having a child without a husband, many things are going wrong, and people just take it and accept it, and and after a while, people who have money will do it, and everyone will normalize. It becomes a norm.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it until after 9 months then the baby comes, okay, she can give birth, and the baby give birth to a child? My point is, what image is she portraying? What image is she putting out there? Like Yasmin said, people, as in ladies in their 30s, got hope from, we're looking up to her like, this lady can do it, we can do it too. Now she has gotten belly. So are you saying all of them should go and get belly? All these superstars and all this endorsing this kind of thing is wrong. The same thing with the gay issue. It is wrong. It is. They should stop. It is wrong.
Let's not even stop the gay issue.
No, I'm leaving the gay. Let's leave the gay. Leave the gay. Leave it. Yeah.
My concern about all this we're speaking is the fact that people are endorsing this.
Wrong things.
I would understand if people, like I said earlier on, give her a private call, chat, and say congratulations to her, and not endorse this thing, because you're making us feel, it's right. Getting pregnant out of wedlock is not really a big deal. It's
there's something about us being hypocritical, because when a celebrity, maybe a prominent person does something wrong, we tend to yes, exactly. For instance, the issue of baby mama, it is still the same.
I'm telling you.
As somebody in the village that got pregnant, seriously, they start calling, she don't get belly, chicken shege. Yes, no, it's not the same.
It's not the same, because for celebrities you get paid child support, and that's serious money.
Oh, but it's still belly. No marriage.
It's like it's a business.
No marriage.
So
baby fathers now, they've known that if you impregnate my child, you go pay. You are going to. I'm telling you. So now, why the double standard?
Yeah, I feel more going
back to the celebrity situation. First of all, most celebrities are very open-minded. Like, let's just say when you go back to America and their standards, they also had standards too, where you can't get pregnant before wedlock. These things were like shunned on. They even have movies like The Scarlet Letter, where she got, this woman was found that she was fornicating and she had to wear an A. It's like a movie, old movie. Then there was this transition that happened in America. Now America is this superpower. Now what happens? All Africans, third world countries want to be like Americans. You see Khloe Kardashian, they're celebrating her, all these people. So obviously, now we're here, they're thinking, oh, it's okay. I feel like this stuff happened starting from US. I feel like if it was not social media, I feel like Nigeria would still be very grounded. But social media has brought everybody together, and they're like, I want to be like Kim Kardashian, I want to be like Black China or whatever. So I feel like that's why the celebrities are endorsing it, because they have to be open-minded, because they feel if they're not, people will look at them like, oh, you're not open-minded, oh, you still believe that you shouldn't have sex.
You can still do that?
And then another thing, what I feel is so hypocritical, why say, if I tell you, a lot of Nigerians, if I tell them you should not have sex before marriage, they'll almost curse me out and say I'm judgmental.
Yes, of course.
But you're allowed to be hitting it every night. But the moment that by mistake, because you know what, God is the one who's in control over whether that thing enters or not. You'll be using condom, people have gotten pregnant on condoms, birth controls, everything. God decides. So now when you get pregnant, you want to shun that person. But why are you not shunning them for having sex in the first place? So when it comes to this situation of Linda Ikeji, I just feel there's a lot of hypocrisy. Why is it that somebody gets shunned for getting pregnant, but they don't get shunned for having the sex?
In the first place.
Because most people, honestly, I probably don't know, from people I've met, especially in the African countries or even other countries, very few people actually save themselves for marriage. Even Christians who say they're Christians, they're secretly going to church on Sunday and then they're having sex Sunday night and throughout the week. So my thing is, if you're going to have sex, abstinence is the only way to keep you from having a child, getting pregnant. So I feel like we shouldn't even shun her in the first place. And the only person who should actually shun her is the virgins and people who are actually celibate. If you know that you're having sex with your boyfriend and then now you want to go comment and be like, how could you get pregnant before marriage? That's really not right. I don't agree with that.
When it's not having sex, and our problem is the evidence of the sex. No, our point is she coming out, she coming and getting pregnant. My point is, why did you get engaged? And then you come to get pregnant and there was no marriage.
But a lot of people are shunning. You have a different point. But people really feel like, why did she get pregnant before she said I do?
That's not even my problem. The problem is, what is she teaching? What message is she sending out there? Like, this is how, even the talking about sex before marriage thing, how did it all start? People, it's still celebrities that made it seem norm. And that's how it started. Everyone started doing it. Even those who had the conscience, even lost the conscience and started doing it too. I'm a victim. You know?
You're a victim now, I'm losing your conscience.
You see?
So that's my point. Okay. So whatever you have to check.
This person is a victim of losing her conscience. Before we lose all of our conscience, we'll take a short break, come back, and we'll still have another story. And the game show today on She Matters on the round table. Don't go away.
What you think, what you wish, what you dream, we can give you home, your office, anywhere.
At Urban Shelter Limited, we are committed to your satisfaction in terms of good housing construction, infrastructure, flexible payment plans, and that's not all. We uphold affordability, reliability, quality, and innovation. Urban Shelter, distinctive homes, prestigious offices.
We're glad to have you back in a second story today on the roundtable. We're still on She Matters anyway. Our second story is, would you date a person whose political views differ from yours? If you're APC and this person is PDP, would you, let's say every other criteria this person checks it, but political views is just not, you guys are on the same page, Ken. What's the kind
my bag gone. Tori, first of all, me, I'm not even politically inclined.
Okay.
So, but if I was, there are a lot of things that can be a problem in marriage, you know, and then this can be a serious issue. You know how people take their parties seriously.
Yeah.
And then there is a problem, there's a clash, and then we come home. How will I look at you? You are ANA, and me, I'm CCD. And then CCD just won, and you are ANA, and you guys are beefing, and you come home. It takes a lot of maturity to be able to manage it. So if there's no maturity, I'll advise, because I'm not in this situation, I'll advise, don't. Personally, I won't.
Political ideologies or political views are not, they're not the same thing as political parties, because political parties they practice the same kinds of government, so to speak. You understand? Okay. So if you actually go in, and you'll find out that generally in the world, practiced globally, there are about 23 ideologies or political ideologies. For me personally, if for every other one, like you said, you're not politically inclined, myself, I know to send. But if by mistake you have some of all the ideologies, you have one or two things. One of those ones that talk about government having all the power, or talk about the rich people having all the power, or talk about one thing going south or going west, I will have a problem with you. Why? Because that boils down to your personality. How will you handle things in the house? Do you understand? For instance, if you love or you practice oligarchy, what kind of person are you to me? What kind of person will you be to me generally at home? But every other thing, I think I'm kind of cool. But if you have some of those ones that their head is not functioning, we'll have a problem. Seriously.
If you're like super strong, like for example, I honestly don't like politics. I don't care for it. I don't watch news. I don't even know the difference between Democrat and Republican, honestly. So like for me, who doesn't care, I don't think like it will bother me, but it's like, what are your views, your morals, your values?
Thank you.
So like if you're strong about it, like there's some who are strong, strict Republicans. Probably they can't marry a Democrat, just like being like a strong Christian. And you believe every word the Bible says. And then now you want to go marry, like for example, if I marry a Muslim, like it's not going to work because you're going to have different views of major issues.
But I think what she said can come to play about maturity. Because in Nigeria, we have lots of families, mixed families, wives are Christians, husbands are Muslim, the daughters and
traditional.
People,
I know there's mixtures.
Like that, like there's that mixture, and of course what we're trying to do in Nigeria, especially because it's a religious sensitive country, is to say we can marry yourself. Unity, it is allowed. Let's stay together, let's live together. Because if I have someone from another religion that's my spouse, I will think twice before I attack somebody of that same religion, because this person is like my husband or my relative. So that's what we're trying to do in Nigeria now, because we have had more religious clashes, crises, and
tearing us apart.
That it's one issue that's very sensitive for us, and what we do is you can marry yourself and let's live together, let's live happily together. But when we talk about political differences, practical issue of what's going on between even a party, like some members of a party saying, you know what, we used to be in one party before, we used to be in PDP, now we're in another party, and then certain people feel, okay, maybe this set of people want to leave or decamp to some other party and stuff like that. And at that point, they're beginning to, change. Change, not really change parties, but they begin to change their views, the views they used to have. Now, you were telling me before you were for Say Baba, there's certain things were not going on well, and now you decide to change to like, okay, now I think Jonathan was just better. Now we're gonna have issue because when you were saying Say Baba, I was saying Say Baba too, okay? And now all of a sudden, because of certain things are not going your way, you want to say Jonathan's stuff. Jonathan is. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I get the point.
If you get Nigerian politics,
it reminds me of.
No, there's gonna be a problem because it's like it's because one of the reasons we were together. Okay, it's like I just feel certain things about us. Yes,
so it's same. Mm-hmm.
But now that you feel so, because right now you have people who are Camp Dino Melai, you have people who are Camp APC.
Yes,
you have all of that.
Different groups,
you have all those different groups now. Imagine you're married to somebody who's like for Dino. And then you are still strongly behind what APC stood for or whatever. Now you guys are going to have issues. Mm-hmm. You're going to have issues at home. Because when you talk about the Dino's issue, I will share something different. And then you'll be like,
I think I want to share. I remember what happened to me once. Okay, I wasn't supporting any party.
Yeah.
But my dad and my brother or my dad and his friend.
Yeah.
They were talking about the current government that it has to be this. Say Baba, Say Baba, and I was like, I was just sharing my own viewpoint, innocently. If you see the way they attacked me, in fact that day my father did not eat my food.
Relationships get broken.
Because of this.
Politics have divided nations. What more of families? So if we are saying if you really want your marriage to last, don't even bring politics into it. Politics, in my own view, is a dirty game. So why bring dirty something into your marriage?
I don't think
really?
so.
Seriously.
I don't think politics is a dirty game. The players are dirty.
Thank you.
The players are
dirty. They play
exactly.
That's a beautiful game.
Can I say one last thing? Sure. If you bring politics into your marriage, if you marry someone who has different political views with you,
All right, we'll take it. Before I want to say, I want to round it up to say bye-bye, but I just remembered something when you talked about marriage. I think it should be just the same way you discuss finances, discuss children and all of that. Discuss about politics too.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't just be about party politics, but it's about your views, and this is what I stand for. So if both of you are in support of a party and there's certain people in the party start behaving funny, it's okay for you and your spouse to say, you know what, we're moving. Like we don't like what this person is doing. It's very important.
It is.
Just like she said, why bring it into your family? Why
in the
bring
first
this
place,
whole thing? Yeah, because if you guys are on different camps, different groups, you guys will have issues.
Very, very.
Seriously. Okay. All right, now we had a wonderful time, and we know you missed the game show, but trust me, the next episode of the show will have the game show. Thank you so much for watching. And from the ladies of the round table, we'll say, do have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Okay, well, man, you need to do the game show next time.
This battle of life is a tunnel, not a cave. You gotta keep walking and believe that someday you will see. This battle of life is a tunnel, not a cave. You gotta keep walking and believe that someday you will see the light.